Welcome to Big 12 basketball on ESPN News tonight from the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas, as the Kansas State Wildcats visit the 13th ranked Baylor Bears. Baylor trying to tie a team record with their 15th consecutive home win here tonight. Led by Torian Prince, leads the team at 15 points per game. Recently became a member of their 1,000 plus scoring club. Another in that club is Rico Gathers, who also has over 1,000 career rebounds. And for Kansas State, a team looking for just their second conference win of the year, freshman Dean Wade, one of the leaders in the conference in rebounding, also averaging 10 points per game for the Wildcats. K-State on the road tonight in Waco, taking on the 13th ranked Baylor Bears, and the opening tip is straight ahead. Big 12 basketball on ESPN News tonight from the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas. K-State and Baylor, 13th ranked Baylor on their home floor tonight. They are coming off a win on Saturday in Lubbock at the buzzer. Along with Brendan Manser, former Oklahoma State guard, I'm Mark Neely, and it came from Lester Medford.
Well, Lester Medford has played great all season long, and he gets the switch defensively from Texas Tech. The bigger Aaron Ross with the cushion in the space for Medford to knock it down from three. Another great decision from the point guard of Baylor, and another road win.
Right now, West Virginia trailing early second half in Morgantown to Texas. Of course, Kansas beaten at Oklahoma State last night, and Oklahoma loser to Iowa State earlier in the week as well. Now for Baylor, Torian Prince last year, Brendan, was the best sixth man in the nation. Now he's a starter, leading them at 15 points a game.
Yeah, outside of George Niang, he is a tough matchup in this league, touches every part of the stat sheet, points, rebounds, and assists. A complete player that really blends in well with all the pieces that Scott Drew has.
Look at the lineups for Kansas State. Corby Irvin in for Cam Stokes tonight. First career start for Irvin for Baylor. They have used the same starters in all 17 previous games this year. And that changed for K-State. First time they have changed their lineup all year. K-State in the purple and Baylor in the whole white. And it's the Bears that has the first possession.
And Mark, the challenge when you play Baylor is they are a balanced, complete team. Scott Drew has several pieces, and they all bring different things to the table, not only defensively, but also offensively.
And a quick 5-second call. No dribble there by Prince. Look at the fourth-year head coach at K-State, Bruce Weber. His team 1-4, but they have had a number, Brendan, of very tight losses in this conference.
Yeah, 4-point double overtime loss the opening weekend against West Virginia. They lose by a possession at Texas. Their other two losses against pretty decent teams in Oklahoma and Iowa State. So K-State very capable. Bruce Weber's done a terrific job with this young ball club.
Wade rebounded his own miss. From the corner, Hurt. Kept alive by Wade again.
K-State has struggled to knock down shots from the perimeter, and Baylor is going to give them a chance to do that tonight. And that zone that we're so accustomed to with the Baylor Bears.
Now Wade tried to force it in, and it's deflected and stolen by the Bears after K-State had a couple opportunities on their first possession. Freeman backs it up. Freeman had a nice game at Texas Tech on Saturday, a team high 14 points. Shot clock's at 5. Prince. Medford would have counted had it gone. It was a 2-point attempt. Owundu gets it back and lays it in for the first points of the game.
And a great sequence right there from K-State because they get the defensive stop. They were sound, made Baylor take a contested shot from the perimeter, and then they got the easy one in transition. And that is a good sign for Bruce Weber's team because they labor to score in the half-court set. And that's a way where you can get some offense off a defensive stop.
Comes across to Medford. It's by Edwards in the lane. Kick back out. Shot clock at 3 and a whistle. And a foul in the lane. Goes against Irvin. His first. Scott Drew. He is tied with Bill Self for the longest tenured head coach in the Big 12. 13 seasons for Self and Drew. Hard to believe.
My, how time flies. And what a great job he's done. 3 Sweet 16s in the last 6 years. And there's only 10 programs that have done that. And he's the youngest coach of all those programs.
Freeman had an open look. Prince keeping it alive. Had it with one hand. Takes it back. Puts it on the floor and scores with the right hand.
Taurean Prince has experience and versatility. And he will touch every part of the stat sheet right there. A nice offensive rebound and putback.
Quick shot by Wade from the baseline that's short. So a one and done that time for K-State. In the lane, a travel committed by Al Freeman. Second turnover committed by Baylor.
Well, here's Prince, Mark, and he's active. He's so athletic, terrific rebounding out of his area. And right there, skilled, gathers himself, goes up. What a great player, great system player he's been for Scott Drew.
K-State 1 of 4 from the field. They turn it over for a second time, and Wainwright, some incidental contact, hits the deck, loses it out of bounds, and it goes to K-State.
Kansas State wants to get this game a little bit ugly, if you will. And typically how you're going to do that with Bruce Weber teams is on the defensive end. Although they're young, they've defended pretty well.
Baylor, 3 turnovers already, Brendan. 2 points. K-State, 2 points, 2 turnovers.
And that's interesting because one of the things that's allowed Baylor to play so well the last couple weeks is ball security, particularly early in ball games.
13 feet, knocked down by Dean Wade. And the freshman from St. John, Kansas with his first bucket.
Yeah, and Wade, very skilled 4, 6'10", about 250. He is going to be a great player in this league. Good to see him get off to a good start. You know, a lot of young players, which K-State has, are much better at home than they are on the road. So this is a challenge for Dean Wade here tonight.
Prince short with the 3 from the corner. Rebound on the floor, knocked by K-State Stokes. Gathers, foul. Gathers will go to the line to shoot 2 after the foul on Stephen Hurt, his first.
Well, Baylor shares it better than anybody in the country. They lead in assists. And it's not just Lester Medford, but you saw Rico Gathers hiding along the baseline right there. And Freeman did a terrific job of getting it deep enough, getting the defense to commit so they could get it to Gathers in a situation where he could produce.
Rico's gotten better at the free throw line in recent weeks. Only to 66% from the line on the season fully. He's shot much better than that the last few weeks. If you look at the Baylor ranks, rebound margin, a lot of that is due to Gathers.
4.5 of those offensive rebounds a game come from Rico Gathers.
And how about the assists from these guards? 21 per game, tops in the nation. I mean, the next team in the Big 12 in assists is Kansas with 18 a game.
Well, they share it. And you hear coaches talk about the ball not sticking. That's what you get with Baylor. And it's not just their guard play. Mark, you can extend it to a Taurean Prince, a Wainwright, even a Rico Gathers. They understand spacing, they understand ball movement, and then they understand when to attack once that defense has shifted.
TJ Maston now in the game for Baylor. He has been a big spark for them off the bench last several games. Stokes did not start tonight. Irvin did. There's a 3 from Stokes, short. Quick outlet from Freeman to Prince, and he got that to go.
Prince, fortunate there. K-State, poor defensive balance. And Baylor, I'll tell you, once they clear off the glass, they're such a good defensive rebounding team. They will look to move it quick and advance the ball off the floor with the pass.
And one. That's DJ Johnson in the game. And if you K-State fans are curious about the uniform number 21, well, he forgot his normal jersey number 4. So DJ wearing number 21 tonight.
Well, here's Baylor doing what they do best, moving the basketball between teammates. But back comes DJ Johnson. Bruce Weber wants to get him more touches in this game for that very reason.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
K-State Baylor tied at 6 in the early going from Waco. 15-12 to play first half. There's DJ Johnson, the junior as far as his eligibility, a senior academically, and he's wearing 21 tonight. Normally wears 4. Did you ever forget your jersey at Oklahoma State, Brendan?
I did not. And I would have had we not had managers that made sure that those jerseys were packed properly.
So the number 4 jersey's back in Manhattan, but DJ Sport number 21, a chance to complete this three-point play. First 3 buckets of the night for K-State have all come in the paint. And when we talked with Bruce Weber yesterday, Brendan, he said they have to score more down low.
Well, they got to get those touches. You know, Johnson in particular, Mark, because he shoots 65% from the floor. But if you look at all 3 buckets, you get a Wandu in transition, was an excellent play. You get Dean Wade at the high post, which you have to work when you play against Baylor's zone, and then obviously that interior finish by DJ Johnson.
Jake Lynchy just in the game for Baylor, unable to get it over the rim, and a rebound for K-State, a Wandu down.
Wesley Wandu, really important here tonight. He's the most experienced player on this K-State roster. He's been in a lot of these wars on the road in the Big 12 Conference. He has not played great in their 2 previous road games at Texas and at Oklahoma.
Barry Brown, one of the freshmen, he's going to launch a 3 as the shot clock was expiring, and apparently I think it did hit the rim, but nonetheless called a shot clock violation. K-State with the 1-point lead. They are 3 of 7 from the field to start tonight. Baylor 2 of 6 from the floor.
Well, that's some of the growing pains of this young, inexperienced Wildcat team. Bruce Weber at any time could have up to 3 freshmen out on the floor. In fact, 3 of their top 5 scorers are freshmen, which in the short run sometimes may not be the best thing. But over the long haul, K-State's certainly got a bright future.
And right now, 40% of the Wildcats scoring coming from those freshmen. Spinning. Jonathan Motley with his first bucket.
And a big part of Baylor's progress, continued improvement, is the depth that has developed at the 4 and 5. Jonathan Motley, 27 and 13 at Iowa State recently, and then you mentioned how Maston has really come on the last 3 games.
Maston there defending Owundu. The shot missed down low, and out comes Prince. Lost it for a moment, but regains the dribble. 3. King McClure, one of the freshmen for Scott Drew, knocking down the 3 ball.
K-State on this end, this is a bunny. And when you miss those, it's going to give the opposing team a chance to run. And again, Baylor hurting K-State with the pass.
Little lob laid in there by Barry Brown. Cuts the Baylor lead down to 2 as we slip under the 13-minute mark.
Good find right there. Brown, one of those fresh from K-State. He's a guy that can really score double figures for the last 5 ball games.
Now the one exception, the last game they played against Iowa State, wound up with 4 points, did have a game-high 6 assists. That's bouncing around. Won't go for Maston, and he missed the bunny that time. Owundu into the corner. Brown has it blocked. Blocked shot by TJ Maston. He'll stay with K-State.
There's that weak side. There's an opportunity there, but there's the block. And then again, Prince, so skilled, 6'8" in transition. You know, those experienced players, Mark, as they get older, the game becomes slower to them. You saw Prince slow down and allow McClure to get set there in the corner for the tray.
Wade. This is a shot for Justin Edwards. And the DJ Johnson push from behind by Ishmael Wainwright, who picks up the personal.
And I really like what K-State's doing offensively, Mark. Against any zone, especially against Baylor, you have to get the ball flat, meaning along the baseline. And you've got to make that low man come out and commit to you. And if you watch K-State, they're trying to get it down there to flatten out the zone.
Stokes knocks down the three. Puts the Wildcats back up by a point.
Stokes coming off the bench this game, and it's not because Bruce Weber hasn't been pleased with the freshman, his effort and how he's played this year. Just trying to tweak the lineup a little bit, see if it can give him a spark off the bench.
Last touch by Edwards. It's going to stay with Baylor. 11:38 to play in the first half, and it's the visitors by one. Kansas goes into Stillwater and gets beat, Brendan, for a third straight year.
I'll tell you what, you have your top-tier teams in this league, an Oklahoma, a Kansas, a West Virginia, but that's what makes this league so special, the depth, the back end at Oklahoma State, at K-State. If that's the bottom of your league, then you have a terrific conference.
OU, Kansas, Xavier already all beaten this week. West Virginia right now is down 5 midway through the second half in Morgantown, North Carolina, playing Wake Forest right now. SMU escaped Houston last night to stay unbeaten at 18-0.
And obviously, people are surprised not only that Kansas got beat, but I think by the margin. But you have to keep this in perspective. But Kansas won this conference last year with 5 losses at 13-5, and I think the year before they were 14-4. And so you're not going to go through this schedule unscathed.
We got a Baylor team trying to go to 5-1 in conference play. Their 4-1 start ties their best since they went 5-0 to begin conference play in the 97-98 season. That's floated up and in for Stokes, who has produced well so far coming off the bench tonight.
He has, and obviously has responded in a great way. And once again, Baylor gets the ball below the free throw line, and they were able then to swing it to the other side.
Offensive foul going against Baylor.
Offensive foul is called on Mr. Medford. It's his first personal. Team foul number 3.
Here's the aftermath. And once you move the basketball side to side, an opportunity to drive it. Stokes, a nice job of not settling for the 3 and getting in there for that little baby jumper.
Medford called for that offensive foul. K-State right now on a 7-0 run to take a 3-point lead, which is their largest of the night. Edwards tried to throw it off Gathers, but there was Wade. Quick pass, Hurt. And Stephen Hurt to the line. That foul goes on Wainwright. That's already number 2 on Ish Wainwright.
K-State at both ends of the floor right now playing with confidence. And you know Bruce Weber's teams are going to defend. They're going to be solid defensively, and they're going to make you take tough shots. The question is, can they make shots from the perimeter? And they are doing that so far. They've done a terrific job moving it, getting it to the right spots, and giving themselves a chance to score.
Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN. What a game this one should be. 2 Player of the Year candidates leading their teams. Melo Trimble at 7th-ranked Maryland, taking on Denzel Valentine and 11th-ranked Michigan State at the Breslin Center. That will also stream live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Hurd, a big man, 6'11", good foul shooter though at 76%. He knocks him down, makes it a 5-point game, a 9-0 run for K-State. And with Hurd denting the scoring column, that's now 6 different Wildcats to score tonight.
And notice K-State picking up Medford high up the floor, and it hurts him right there because he's able to turn the corner. It's a terrific play. But I like what Bruce Weber's doing. What he's trying to do is keep Lester Medford from being comfortable the entire game.
Motley's slam gives him 4 points. That was short from Stokes, but kept alive. And then the travel committed by Barry Brown, and then turnover, the 4th committed by K-State.
Yeah, Brown gets a little overzealous, gets out of position on the pressure, and then there's Medford. Great timing with Motley, and with Motley's length and athleticism, you just have to throw it up somewhere near the rim. He'll go get it and flush it.
So that ended the 9-0 run for K-State, and here he is again. Motley now with 6 points.
And the challenge with pressuring Medford, as I just talked about, is you can't get overzealous.
Oh, a response from Wes Iwundu, though.
Yeah, that's almost like the equivalent of throwing deep in football. They're finding something behind the zone right there. Baylor's extending up so far up the floor. K-State has wisely challenged them on the back end.
Off the back rim for Prince. Here comes K-State. Edwards driving. And a rebound by Gathers. His first rebound of the night. Freeman doesn't use the Gather screen. Here's Prince. Around and out. Hurd able to tip it to Stokes. The quick outlet of Iwundu.
K-State, when they've been able to get their half-court D set up, it's been solid.
That's the second one of those 13-footers knocked down by Dean Wade, and it's K-State again by 5. Wade has 4 points.
And they're giving you the textbook right now on the spots to get the basketball against this zone.
Freeman loses it. It was deflected by K-State, so he's able to go into the backcourt. Freeman got to the baseline, and Prince travels.
Here's that K-State alley-oop. There's Iwundu. He's just snuck in on the backside. And Prince on the weak side doesn't get back. That's his job. The wings for Baylor, there's a lot of ground to cover, Mark. And one of the things that's helped them over the years to be able to do that is not only good execution, but they have tremendous length. They've had it for years. Prince just slow to get back.
In the game, Austin Budke scores with the left hand. Budke, a walk-on.
He's given them added depth. Played at Hutch Community College there in Kansas, averaged 13 points a game, and a great opportunity for him to play for K-State.
Timeout called by Baylor. A 6-0 run here for K-State, and they're up by 7. A travel make it against Jake Lindsey. There were bodies flying everywhere there, Brendan. But it started with Austin Buntke of K-State hitting the deck.
Well, K-State's defensive intensity has stepped up, and just a scramble for the ball right here. Travel's called. Talk about K-State's offense. Another great look.
DJ Johnson getting multiple opportunities down low, and he has 7 points.
They're scoring so quick I can't finish my thought. What's happening is, in addition to get it where they want to, they're not having to move the basketball right now to get it there. This is not typically what you see out of Baylor defensively. K-State right now just picking them apart.
Like Irvin called for the grab there. That's his second.
Here's Johnson. He's getting those touches. Bruce Weber said they were going to concentrate on that more, but that's just a little drive and kick off a no ball movement. Rico Gathers gets caught, which you would say flat, not up the floor in the passing lane right there. And Johnson, who's a 65% field goal shooter, when he has an angle, he's going to finish those every time.
Gathers. The contact and the foul on K-State. Number 1 on Wes Awandu. 4th team foul against K-State.
Correction, foul is on Austin Buntke. His first personal.
Now they're going to change that and give the foul to Buntke. Medford feeds Motley. Right back to Lester. Tipped off, kept alive by Medford. By Motley, that is. Gives to Medford.
Yeah, there's a rare time where Baylor has been able to get to the rim.
Grabbing a foul against K-State.
The thing is, when you play Kansas State, you play Bruce Weber's teams, no matter who his personnel is, they're going to make very few defensive mistakes. They're basically going to make you go make plays. And so you have to really execute your offense, set your screens well. There's one right there. Good underneath out of bounds play. But they're going to make you work more times than not for everything that you get. They're going to make you earn it.
Well, K-State has scored on 9 of their last 11 possessions. After the bucket by Prince, the lead for K-State down to 7. There's a lob that goes awry in the direction of Edwards, and the turnover for K-State, their 5th.
Watch Torian Prince. Great setup right there. It's just a jab step like he was coming off a Motley screen. Awandu gets caught relaxing just a touch, and then a hard cut to the basket. A great job of creating an opportunity for himself.
Timeout called by the Wildcats with 5:33 to play, first half in Waco. K-State led it by as many as 9, right now up 7 with 5:33 to play in the first half. K-State 11 of 20 from the field, so they're shooting 55%. Baylor at 8 of 17 at 47%. But the bench scoring from K-State is a story tonight. In fact, they've outscored their starters, 16 bench points already for the Wildcats. It may be on DJ Johnson fouling Jonathan Motley.
And that's interesting here in the early going because it's Baylor's bench who has played as well as any second unit in the Big 12 Conference. K-State getting that production. Part of that's Bruce Weber's decision, change up the starting lineup, bring Stokes off the bench. The other thing is you mentioned Mark, Kansas State 11 of 20 from the floor. Now, this is a team right now that's 9th in the Big 12 in field goal shooting at 43%. And we've said it all along. Once K-State can make some shots, look out because they're so sound in other areas.
Offensive rebound on the free throw missed by Gathers. Freeman penetrates, kicks to Prince. This is a three.
Well, Prince is essentially a stretch four, and he just waited in the corner right there. Freeman, a great job. Sometimes Markin just takes a little bit of creating of help just to draw that man just enough to free up a shot.
Jumper missed by Awundu. Wade, the offensive rebound. Johnson fouled by Lester Medford.
This is Baylor right here. This is Freeman. Nice drive to draw the help from Stokes. It's a long distance for DJ Johnson. That's an easy one for Torian Prince.
Medford picked up his second foul, so he comes out. He has 4 assists tonight, but Medford yet to score tonight. Bounce pass in the lane. Awundu has some trouble controlling it, and he touched it last.
Yeah, tough pass right there. You had 2 Wildcats at the high post, which obviously 2 players in one area is going to draw a lot of attention. So not much space, even if he were to catch it, to do anything with the basketball.
Raced into the front court by Lindsay. Each team a half dozen turnovers here in the first half. Freeman blocked by Awundu. 2-on-1. Brown gets it back. Can't finish, but there's Wade.
Boy, a great job of Wade to continue to flow with the play. That's intelligent. Make sure and secure that easy opportunity.
Baylor had cut it down to 3, back to 5, and a whistle and a K-State foul stops the clock and a timeout with 3:41 to go in the first half.
K-State's a young ball club, but they're making strides. Up 5 here on the road. Game and have that 2-point lead.
Only 8 turnovers so far tonight for the Longhorns.
Impressive, especially with a lot of young perimeter players for Shaka Smart.
Rico gathers at the line. He hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
A reminder how young this K-State basketball team is. 5 of basically the 9 players that Bruce Weber plays are all first-year guys to Division I. In fact, 3 of those guys are freshmen. And really played impressively and with poise so far here tonight, Mark, but they've got to close out the half. They need to continue to do what they've done so that they can go in with confidence at halftime, and Bruce Weber can build upon that.
First foul on Jake Lindsay, one of the freshmen for Baylor. 16 foul against the Bears, so K-State just about to get into the bonus.
Boy, Lindsay's going to be another good one. Just a smart player, takes care of the ball, giving Scott Drew some backcourt depth beyond Lester Medford at the point guard.
Awundu decides to use the dribble. In the corner 3. Good for Barry Brown. One of those freshmen you were alluding to.
And he can shoot it. He's been in the leading scorer for the last 7 games. And he comes off the bench. But once again, notice where the basketball goes. It goes flat towards the baseline and along the baseline and then the mid part of the paint. Those are the 2 spots that K-State has found to be productive.
Gathers. Fouled by Austin Butke. Number 2 on Butke off the bench for K-State. Walk-on player for the Wildcats, a guy who's a chemical engineering major. Gathers 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Hit his first 3, missed his last. And he short. Airballed the first. Well, Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN. What a great game this should be. 7th-ranked Maryland, Melo Trimble. 11th-ranked Michigan State with Denzel Valentine. That game at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. It streams live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Trust me, though, Rico Gathers has been shooting free throws much better in recent weeks, despite what you just saw there. Tip by Prince, and Wade has it for K-State. Brown sealed off by T.J. Maston. Owundu in the lane, floats it up, tip by Johnson. Wade, a third chance, not there. Prince will run out for Baylor. Lindsey, contact with Owundu, and it deflected to Wade.
Yeah, both teams right there, a couple missed opportunities.
3! Knocked down by Stokes. Stokes coming off the bench tonight, did not start for the first time this season. He has 8 points and has hit 2 3-pointers.
Kansas State needed to hit shots early to give themselves a chance here tonight on the road.
Freeman tried to split a couple of defenders there. Picks up the foul, K-State does.
A long way to go, but these young players continue to step up and knock down shots. And it becomes contagious, Mark, with your teammates. Execute, get the ball in the right spots, which K-State has done for the majority of this first half. Start getting into a flow, and the basket becomes bigger.
Can't hit the front end. Missed by Freeman.
Bruce Weber slowing his ball club down right now, kind of screwing the game down here in the last minute 45.
Keeping it alive. Stokes kept it from getting into the backcourt. Drive, Stokes underneath, Johnson from a tough angle. As the shot clock was expiring, Prince goes for the home run ball, finds Freeman, now Maston.
I like Maston. We haven't got a chance to talk about him a lot yet here tonight. And a sophomore from DeSoto, Texas. Very versatile skill. The high post area and on the block. He's got great hands. You saw that right there.
A minute to go, and Owundu stepped on the baseline.
We talked about this Kansas State basketball team, just 1-4 coming into this basketball game. This league is not forgiving. They've had close losses at home. It's West Virginia. In that one possession game where they led down the stretch and Austin wasn't able to pull it off. It's a much better team than their record would indicate.
The game in Morgantown has about a minute and a half left, and Texas has opened up a 7-point lead. We're on ESPNU. Here's a drive high off the glass. First bucket of the half for Lester Medford.
Just like many of the other point guards Scott Drew has had, he's a distributor first, but he can score when needed.
Wildcats looking to hold it for the final shot. K-State led by as many as 10 in this half. Punched out. Got it back. Owundu didn't hit the rim, and that's the end of the first half. But Kansas State led by 8 points from Cam Stokes off the bench. Baylor paced by Taurean Prince's 9. But it's Kansas State with a 34-28 lead. Stokes tonight, not starting for the first time all year, but he has responded for the Wildcats. 34-28 Cats at the intermission. Ranked West Virginia. Well, just when you thought after KU loses in Stillwater last night, West Virginia could make some hay, but they lose tonight. So that means if Baylor rallies and wins this game, they are sitting alone by themselves atop the Big 12. But K-State right now playing very well, Brendan, with their ball movement and scoring in the paint.
Well, here's one in transition early with Owandu, but most of the work was done in the half court against Baylor's zone. There's Brown breaking free on the weak side. Here's a good decision by Stokes. He had just hit a three, drives it there. And there's Owandu on the weak side. They've done a terrific job of getting the ball flat along the baseline, sharing it, and getting it to the correct spots.
First half stats, notice bench points. 22 of the 34 points for K-State comes off the bench, and they had 13 assists on their 14 made field goals in the first half.
When they've shared it great, and it's not just been one or two guys, Mark, going and getting the work done.
Well, K-State trailed 11-7, went on a 9-0 run, and have led since, led by as many as 10. And they have the ball to begin the second half with the 6-point lead.
K-State certainly feels terrific about the way that first half went. That's why you play two halves, and this is a team that young and experienced. They're getting better under Bruce Weber, but they've got to put a couple halves together. Not a good start.
Motley with those long arms, the steal and the stuff at the other end.
Motley has tremendous length right there. And with he and Prince on the wings right now defensively, a lot to get around if you're K-State.
Three! Stokes answers. How about Stokes off the bench tonight? He has 11.
Stokes is a freshman, but he's a competitive kid. He's a little older because he went to Fort Union Military Prep in Virginia. But he's a guy that can make shots, and he hit a couple early, and he's playing with tremendous confidence here on the road right now.
Rebound by Owandu. And Stokes has hit 3 of his 4 3-point shots tonight. Came in just a 31% 3-point shooter on the year, but has attempted and made more threes than anybody else on the Wildcats roster.
And the best thing about it is he has really struggled offensively in their first 2 conference road games at Texas and at Oklahoma, but not struggling tonight.
Hurt did not draw iron from the right corner, and it's out of bounds to Baylor. Again, a chance for Baylor. If they win, it would be a 15-game home winning streak, tying the longest in school history, but it would put them alone in first place atop the Big 12. K-State looking for their second conference win of the year. Prince shoots over Owandu.
And that's a tough shot, and Prince can make those. But K-State, you've got to move the ball against them. I think that Baylor, one of the best characteristics they have is the ability to move it. They've got to get it moving here the second half.
Fortunate break there for K-State. Went off Owandu and right to Hurd, who jams it.
That's been there all night on the weak side. And I know that's way too easy for the like of Scott Drew.
Freeman gets down low, blocked by Wade, knocked out of the hands of Motley. Loose ball, scoop, shot because of the shot clock expiring. And here comes Owandu. Wade fouled underneath.
Right now, and this has been this way since the beginning of the game, Mark, Kansas State's very comfortable handling the basketball right now. And Baylor is in a tough spot because when they pressured the basketballs, you see what the K-State freshmen have done this year. When Baylor's pressured the basketball, Kansas State's been able to get the ball towards the baseline and have success. But when they've sat back on certain possessions, it's allowed the perimeter for K-State to feel comfortable and move it where they want to, because they're making excellent choices as to where to get the basketball. So Baylor really caught in between right now because K-State has executed so well offensively.
Wade missed both free throws. Gathers has to collect his shoe that he lost on that rebound. He's carrying his shoe and he throws it to Scott Drew, who's holding Gathers' right shoe. So Scott Drew uses a timeout. Here's your shoe, big fella.
Look how big that shoe looks in Scott Drew's hands.
Oh, so Scott Drew will use this chance to draw something up. Well, here's the second free throw that's missed by Dean Wade. Gathers loses his shoe, picks it up, carries it down the floor, and then when he gets in the front court, hey, coach, hold that for me. Rico Gathers has both shoes on now, but in that last sequence, flipped it to Coach Drew, and Coach Drew, I better call a timeout, and then says, hey, big fella, here's the shoe back, and let's draw something up. They got bigger issues right now. That's the fact that they're down 7 and really have been playing from behind most of this game.
You know what that was? You know, Gathers to Drew, back to Gathers. That's the old give and go.
With about a size 17 or 18 shoe. That's a 3 at the buzzer. Knocked down by King McClure.
And that should be a shot in the arm for Baylor offensively. K-State has done a terrific job.
Well, you mentioned
holding in check.
That lob to the offside has been there for K-State, but they threw it away there. But here's the 3.
Yeah, this is classic Baylor basketball. Little ball movement, drive it, draw help, kick to a shooter in rhythm.
Medford needs help. Gets it back for Maston. Maston looking for Motley, but off. May have touched the fingertips of Motley. Not a great pass and a turnover.
Yeah, and Motley catches it there. I mean, he's 15 feet from the basket. And there's nothing he could do even if the double team hadn't come over. And again, Baylor has been the best in the country in terms of sharing the basketball. They lead the country in assists. And against a solid defensive ball club like K-State, got to get that ball moving.
There it is for Justin Edwards. His first bucket of the night.
K-State has executed that at will. And what they've done is the ball's not quite pointed up. It's just off to the side a little bit. It's allowing a good angle to pass the basketball to that back door play, if you will.
Prince answers with a 3 for Baylor. 14 for Torian Prince. 5 here in the second half.
Now Prince starting to heat up a little bit. He's your experienced, versatile player for Baylor. He's the kind of guy that knows when he's got to step it up offensively.
Little bit of chippiness. The official Jerry Pollard quickly keeps the team separated. McClure picked up the foul, his first, but K-State has used the lob well tonight, Brendan.
Well, there's the back door. Baylor late on the recovery. K-State continues to hang tough, but Prince brings it back within 3.
Had the basketball. There's the foul committed by McClure. Play whistle dead, and then Prince tried to grab it. A little push in there at the end, but Jerry Pollard got in between. And our officiating crew, which is a really good one, John Higgins, Steve Olson, Jerry Pollard, elected not to look at anything on the monitor, and from what we saw, nothing significant there.
Nah, not at all. And
the question is that going to cause Baylor to play a little bit more urgency that they, quite frankly, have been lacking a lot of this game?
They picked it up, particularly on the offensive end, this second half. And it's this end where they've had trouble solving the opportunities that K-State has had.
Pass out of reach of Wade from Awundu. Tried to give him a blind pass, just a little out of reach, a little wide of the mark.
And that was more of a classic Baylor defensive possession. Guys on the weak side, getting back to protect the basket easier, working inside out, yet pressure in the perimeter at the same time.
Medford was very quiet offensively until very late in the first half, and now he's up to 5 points with that three. Wildcats led it by as many as 10. Baylor's come back to tie. They're looking around like, why is that on me?
It's his second, team's third.
It's just a little fade screen right here. Medford walks it in. Excellent. An excellent way. Good execution. And that's the challenge of playing Baylor.
Baylor's now hit their last 3 threes. K-State, though, still very good with the 16 assists on 17 made field goals.
Baylor, again, the challenge, they've got 6 guys in conference averaging in double figures. So you do not have the opportunity to relax on anybody defensively.
Blocked a couple of times by Motley. Shot clock still winding down to 7. Wade turns. He's hit several from there. That one a little too strong off the backboard. Prince, the run out.
Torian Prince right now, the senior, he's bringing it offensively. We've seen the mid-range game. We've seen the tray. And right there, that's just a straight line drive and transition.
An 8-0 run for Baylor. Their first lead since they were up 11-10 in the first half.
Well, in big moments, big crucial moments in the Big 12, you got to rely on your seniors to step up and make plays. And Prince, who's a very difficult defensive matchup, right now forcing his will offensively. And he's the biggest reason Baylor's now up by 2.
And Baylor trying to keep their home winning streak alive. They've won 14 in a row dating back to last year. A win tonight for Scott Drew's Baylor team. And Scott not happy right now with some of the officiating on the floor, but nonetheless, a Baylor win here tonight, and they would be all alone atop the Big 12 standings.
Now let's see how this young Wildcat team responds right there. I mean, they're exactly where they want to be. Very much in this game. Played well for the most part. They're playing against a very good opponent. Let's see how they react over the next couple minutes as Baylor has now captured the momentum.
Stokes underneath, lost it, picked up by Terry Maston. Prince. And a travel there on the baseline by King McClure.
McClure right there, just his feet tangled up. He's hit a couple trays already this game, so the closeout was quick on him. Correct choice to drive it, just got his feet tangled up a little bit.
5 teams from the Big 12 in the AP Top 25. OU, Kansas, West Virginia, though, have all been beaten, including West Virginia tonight. Taken away by Motley. Medford fighting Prince. 3 from McClure. Prince went for the putback jam, but Butke is fouled. Prince angry at himself that he didn't finish off what would have been a Sports Center top 10 nominee putback.
Prince right now, he's playing like a man possessed. And again, a guy like this understands the magnitude of Big 12 games. There's the follow-up dunk that almost was completed, you just mentioned. Right now, you look at Baylor's lineup on this defensive end. A lot of length with Maston, Motley, and Prince in the basketball game right now.
Wildcats trying to end their scoring drought. Butke saved it on the baseline, but then That is last touch by Freeman. K-State will take it out of bounds.
You know, aside from Baylor starting to make some plays, particularly Prince, Mark, the pace of the game has picked up. And it favors K-State to be more of a grinder that's possession by possession. But Baylor's picked up the defensive intensity. I think that's helped them on the offensive end.
Short. K-State's now missed their last 5 from the field. Their scoring drought about 3.5 minutes. And a timeout. We go under the 12-minute mark. And a 2-point lead for the Bears.
Back in Waco, Baylor up by 2. A little 8-0 run right now. And typically those runs begin with defensive plays. Baylor's picked up the intensity. There's the link of Jonathan Motley in transition. Got his teammates and the crowd in the game. And then it became Torian Prince taking over a little bit. A little face-up right there. And then the great ball movement from Baylor. This team leads the country in assists. Ball moves, it doesn't stick. Much more fluid offensively here in the second half. And now Baylor led by Prince, all the momentum in the world.
K-State trying to snap a drought. They've missed their last 5 from the field, reducing their field goal percentage on the night to 44%. In over 4 minutes now since their last field goal. Now, a K-State player, Barry Brown, lost his shoe. He puts it back on. Bounced on the baseline by a one-do and a K-State turnover.
Yeah, and that's the 5th turnover this second half. And Scott Drew has made an adjustment with this zone. It's a little more packed in, if you will. And it's cost K-State some problems. But the ball movement for them, we've talked about how good it's been here in the second half for Baylor. Ball movement for K-State has not been as good as it was in the first half when they built that lead.
And Kansas State, their last 6 possessions, 0 of 5 from the field with 3 turnovers.
And Bruce Weber's, he's been on a lot of these games, and he knows that this team's got to stay the course. It's just a one possession game.
Maston. And 1.
Mark, I like this young man. You and I saw him in person for the first time this season last week. He's really skilled. Worked the high post, you see right there with the drive. Play with his back to the basket. He could go over either shoulder with that jump hook. And as Baylor has won 4 straight, many things have come into play why that has happened. One of which is the development of Terry Maston and then what Jonathan Motley. Those 2 guys can bring extra depth, length, athleticism to that 4 and 5 spot for Baylor.
K-State led 41-35 just over 4 minutes into the second half. Since then, an 11-0 Baylor run. DJ Johnson, and 1. Well, that snaps the drought for the Cats. They had missed their last 5 from the field, and that's their first field goal in about 7 minutes.
Yeah, this is first half offense right there. High post to Wandu, who's skilled, lots of room to operate. And you saw DJ Johnson hiding along that baseline.
John Higgins there on the left, Jerry Pollard on the right from his outstanding officiating crew. I think they're discussing perhaps who that foul should be on. Or did we see a technical call? Now, no question the foul was on Maston. Oh, a little push there from Prince. Yep, and Jerry Pollard teed up Torian Prince. So that's the issue here.
Technical foul held on Torian Prince. It's his first personal. 2006.
Well, what we saw a few minutes ago when Prince got tied up at the end of a play with a 1-2, I think this is a carryover from that, and Jerry Pollard really a no tolerance at this point for the push.
Yeah, if that's an isolated thing, I don't think Jerry Pollard makes that call, but that was a situation where eyes are upon Prince, and both these teams it's been intense, it's been a little bit chippy.
Johnson just a 51% foul shooter on the year. And you see Jerry Pollard, good officiating there, going to Prince and saying, hey, this is why I did that.
And Prince typically a guy that has a cool head. And you saw right there, the conversation with Pollard, shakes his head and he'll move on.
So here's the technical being shot by a 1-2. The free throw for Johnson was the chance to complete the three-point play, which he did not. So a 1-2 hits both the technical free throws, makes it a 1-point game, and on top of that, K-State keeps possession of the basketball. So we'll see how big this plays a part in the second half here at the 10:37 mark. K-State just ending a long drought of about 7 minutes, scoring drought.
Yeah, and you go from all that time not scoring to an opportunity on one possession for 4 points thus far, maybe more right here.
Took Prince out. That's his first foul of the game. Thrown in deep to a 1-2. Stokes fakes the deep three. A 1-2 got underneath, gives to Wade. No call on the contact with Motley.
Well, a little bit of contact right there, looked like to me.
Freeman threads a pass to Wainwright. Looking at an ill-advised pass. Steal created by Barry Brown.
Well, Brown did a great job right there. The only thing he could do with the size disadvantage was front. And Wainwright should have just moved the basketball and gone away from it. No reason to force it on that possession.
Shot clock's at 5. That's a three, a deep three, well off the mark from Stokes. Here's a three. Freeman. Tip into the hands of a 1-2. With inadvertent contact with TJ Maston, winds up on the floor.
Yeah, this game right now, this is intense. This is Big 12 conference play. And there's Wade right there. Little contact from Motley on this other side. Motley helps keep it alive. Awandu, great job of going and get the basketball. Maston just gets caught underneath.
Third foul on Maston. Awandu back on his feet. Still 9:19 to go.
You look back to last year. Wesley Awandu was a sophomore. Anytime they had a good win, he had a big game. He beat Oklahoma twice. He was instrumental in those type of wins. And just 6 points so far tonight. He's been the line a little bit here lately. And how many times have you seen it, Mark, for players? They get to the line, they get in a little flow offensively thereafter.
He hits the front end of the 1-1 after the 7th foul against Baylor. Well, Saturday, 6:30 Eastern. 2 Player of the Year candidates go at it. Melo Trimble and 7th-ranked Maryland take on Denzel Valentine and number 11 Michigan State from the Breslin Center in East Lansing. It also streams live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. In and out, rebound by Gathers. His 4th rebound of the night. So we are tied at 46. K-State led by as many as 10 in the first half. Baylor's led by as many as 5. That came just a couple minutes ago off the game clock. And an offensive foul away from the ball against the Bears. And that's on Maston, and he all of a sudden has 4.
Well, that's not good news. But the comfort is a lot of depth at that 4 and 5 for Scott Drew. He quickly brings in Jonathan Motley. What Baylor was doing on that last possession offensively, Mark, is using Medford off a ball screen, which you see a lot of teams do with point guards, but they have been utilizing him off those ball screens more and more as the season progresses, because the converted off guard from last year in Medford, he has continued to learn correct decision making. They want that ball in his hands.
Stokes either lost it or that pass was intended for Brown. Either way, the other way, gathers foul. That's just the second team foul against K-State here in the half. You may have seen the discrepancy in the fouls just a moment ago. 18 fouls against Baylor. That personal is against Edwards, his second.
Well, here's the big fella. I mean, he's immovable in the paint, but he's really agile at his size, running the floor right there. Medford does a nice job finding him in stride.
Rico tonight, 3 of 6 from the line. Well, I mentioned earlier how well he's shot from the line recently, and since then he's had an off night from the stripe.
Way to go. Well, I can tell you right now, he looks like all arms to me. You know, not much lift with the legs. Sometimes when you're short, you got to get those legs into it. He does right there.
A win by Baylor, and they're all alone atop the standings in the Big 12 at 5-1, and would have 15 consecutive home wins to tie a school record. K-State trying to win conference game number 2 for them. Trapped in the corner, trying to dribble out of it. Edwards off his foot and into the hands of McClure. Medford a pass. Budke tips, steal the other way. A one-do. Actually, that's Stokes.
Yeah, and a rare improper decision from Medford. The angle was not there. If he'd have thrown it over to Prince on the wing, then he would have had the best opportunity for the post-entry pass.
13 points off the bench for Stokes, who did not start tonight. First time this year he has not been in the starting lineup.
K-State, this young team continues to hang around, up by 1. And here's Stokes in transition off the turnover.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
You know, Baylor led by Torian Prince's 16 points. Stokes off the bench with 13 for K-State, and it's the Wildcats with the 1-point lead. 7:45 to go. West Virginia's already been beaten tonight at home by Texas. Texas is going to get Kansas on Saturday in Lawrence on ESPN. And some of the upcoming games to watch include Kansas, Iowa State. You got the OU-LSU matchup, which features Ben Simmons and Buddy Hield. That's going to be fun.
Now 2 leading player of the year candidates. That game very well could separate maybe one from the other.
And that's part of a doubleheader followed up by Kentucky, Kansas. 3 off the inbounds for the freshman King McClure.
Well, Baylor's bench has been terrific the last couple of weeks, and it hadn't just been Maston and Motley. And King McClure coming on, and he's a guy that looks for that 3. And if you're playing against them as K-State is, you got to understand that and make sure you're there on the catch. He's a 39% three-point shooter.
Third 3 of the night for McClure, 3 of 5 underneath. Budke foul. Budke bumped by Prince. K-State getting some fine minutes off the bench tonight from Austin Butke.
Bruce Weber has done a great job developing this ball club. It's a little screen the screener action right there. And the better screen you set in King McClure, the better chances you have to get open. And as a shooter, you should know that. Selfishly, go set a great screen so that you're freed up. But McClure, continues to make strides and play with confidence.
Well, one of the last things I asked Bruce Weber about yesterday was Austin Butke, if he was going to see some more minutes the way he's been playing. Butke played well so far tonight off the bench.
Well, you know exactly what you're going to get out of him. I mean, he's going to run K-State's stuff. He's going to be in the right spots defensively. Knows his role. And coaches love guys when they can trust them and know exactly what they're going to get out of them.
Backed up by Medford, 8 to shoot. Guarded by Stokes, a slip. Stokes going to get called for the foul. That's the first of the night on Stokes. He's acting a little shaken up there, hobbling a little bit.
Well, Medford, like a bunch of point guards in this league, very difficult to keep in front. And one of the things you saw right there that Medford does a great job of, keeps that dribble alive and continues probing.
Off the hands of Baston, out of bounds to K-State. Medford, by the way, 5 points, but he has 9 assists tonight. West Virginia beaten tonight. Of course, Kansas lost last night in Stillwater. OU lost in Ames. So a win by Baylor, and they would be alone in first place 6 games into conference season. Granted, that's only a third of the way through, but it's been an interesting trend so far.
Well, if they're able to win tonight and sit at 5-1, remember where one of those road wins have been, and that's up in Ames. And Oklahoma, who was certainly being the hunt all year for the Big 12 championship, got beat there recently.
Prince had the steal, and then it's stolen back by Barry Brown, but his pass too far between Johnson and Owundu. And that has the K-State staff wondering what happened.
Boy, great hands right there.
Well, he threw it towards Butke, and Butke was screening. That's what happened.
As you saw, Bruce Weber, a shot of him, he was a little perplexed himself.
We had 3 turnovers in the span of about 8 seconds. And then Prince throws it away. He was trying to connect with McClure. It's an epidemic all of a sudden. Six minutes to go. Kansas State and 13th ranked Baylor tied at 50.
Now, Baylor, the second half, they've done a better job of protecting against K-State being able to enter the ball into the high post area.
Lob, but DJ Johnson dribbled it on the baseline. I don't think the lob was exactly where DJ was expecting at that time. But that's been a very effective play for the Cats tonight.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success with that. But the one adjustment, as I was alluding to, that Baylor's made here in the second half is they're working more inside out defensively. And that's what you have to do. This K-State team, they've hit shots tonight, but they are not typically a team that's going to knock down a bunch of jumpers from the perimeter.
Gathers helped to his feet after he was fouled. You saw that graphic. We'd had 6 possessions, 6 turnovers combined between the two teams. Baylor had turned it over 6 times in their last 10 possessions prior to this sequence. And K-State's turned it over 5 times in their last 7 possessions. Great to have you with us Along with former Oklahoma State guard Brendan Manzer, I'm Mark Neely. Big game in Waco. Baylor with the win would be alone atop the standings in the Big 12 at 5-1. K-State searching for conference win number 2 on the season. 1-2 for Gathers.
K-State's got to continue to get interior paint touches, Mark, whether that's the block, short corner, high post. And although I alluded to that Baylor's done a much better job here the second half, they still got to work to get it there.
Wow, deep three, Justin Edwards. Came in at only hit 29% of his threes on the year. His 17th made three of the season.
Well, haven't heard a ton from Edwards tonight, but right there, that certainly was true. That's a big-time shot.
K-State 5-7 as a team in three-point shooting. Only 29% made threes on the year coming in for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Motley hesitates and doesn't quite close out. But he'll be aware of that moving forward, as you got to shade a guy that starting to knock him down from the perimeter. But Edwards, really a guy, Mark, that's played very well for K-State. Transfer from Maine. I think last year was an adjustment period for him as a junior. Leads this team in assists, rebounds, steals. He's an excellent rebounding guard.
Catch and shoot off the inbounds. McClure, no. Rebounded, though, by Motley. Medford got caught underneath, and his pass stolen by a one-dude. Numbers here for K-State. That was all the way up, count it. Disagreeing is Motley. Let's see if that had hit the backboard on its way up. That would be the reason for the call.
Yeah, if the basketball hits the backboard first, whether it's, yeah, and absolutely it did. That's a goaltend. Boy, K-State did a great job right there. You know, when Medford drove baseline, he left his feet, so he really had very few options. They did a great job of being center fielders and picking off that basketball.
A little grab there by Stokes, caught on the perimeter. His second.
Notice how the pace has come to almost a screeching halt. When Baylor put that run on K-State and we're really in flow, Prince was rolling, these guys were going offensively, the pace was much quicker. Now it's kind of a grinder. There's no feel to it. It's stagnant. And therefore it's no accident K-State's up by 4 right now, Mark. This is exactly the type of game K-State needs it to be here down the stretch.
Prince hits the front end after the 7-team foul against K-State. Back in is Al Freeman, sophomore out of Charlotte. Big deep breath from Torian Prince.
What a great player Prince has become. He and George Niang are the only players in the Big 12 Conference that are in the top 16 in points, rebounds, and assists. And that's a high compliment to be mentioned to George Niang, who, in my opinion, is the most unique matchup in college basketball.
Prince leading all scorers with 18. Deflected. Good defense by Gathers.
Yeah, Gathers a great job. He was up the floor and forcing that to be really a poor angle to try to enter the ball in the post.
Medford pass, Motley. Turn to the left hand and scores. Tied at 55, 3:20 to go. Five on the shot clock. Edwards, another three. Hit the heel, tipped by Johnson, rebounded by Prince.
Great defensive stand right there from Baylor. Contested three late in the clock. And when Baylor made their run here in the second half, it was defensive stops that then ignited them on the offensive end.
Gathers is going to be at the line after the foul on DJ Johnson when we come back. Got a good one going.
Yeah, great little pick and roll right here. Motley, great space to work with. Tie ball game.
Rico Gathers at the line here out of the timeout. This game tied at 55. Just over 2.5 minutes to go. And Gathers now 5 of 11 from the line tonight. Look at Chad Ford's big board top 100. He has Prince mid-first round. Gathers later in the second round. Around and out, and it stays tied.
Gathers could be on some NFL boards.
And he's got that tight end body, doesn't he?
Basketball is his first love, though.
Pass in a crowd. Johnson gets it back and scores.
Boy, great movement. And Johnson gets it in the short corner. Probably too tight of a squeeze to make that pass. He should have taken it himself to begin with, but good bounce back to him, and K-State a bucket out of the timeout.
Prince somehow got a shot up, and now Gathers fouled again, this time by a Wundu with 1:52 left.
DJ Johnson. You see right there.
Wade never touched it.
Wade never touched it, did he?
Prince batted it right back to Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson had the angle to attack initially.
Well, Baylor lost their conference opener at Kansas, 102-74. Since then, they've won 4 straight. A win here tonight. They're alone in first place atop the Big 12. Gathers short. Offensive rebound by Prince. But it's stripped by Edwards.
Boy, what a great play by Edwards. Prince, which was also a great offensive rebound. That's his 10th board of the game. But once you put it on the floor in a crowd, those little guards will be right there ready to take it from you. That's a heads-up play from Edwards at a big moment.
4th double-double for Prince this year, 7th in his career. 2 to shoot, got to put it up. Never touched the rim. Edwards put it back up and scored, but the initial shot never hit the rim off the backboard, so it's a shot clock violation.
And a terrific defensive stand from Baylor right there. And this game down the stretch right here, obviously, you've got to get defensive stops. You got to make sure you secure the basketball so you get some kind of good look. And that's why Scott Drew using one of those timeouts to draw something that he likes.
We're coming up tonight after the NBA doubleheader. Don't miss SportsCenter at night with Stan and Neil live from Los Angeles. I'll let you know if the Blackhawks winning streak hits a franchise best 12 games. We'll have all the highlights, and it's your last call for sports. SportsCenter at night after Hawks Blazers tonight on ESPN, streaming live on Watch ESPN, the ESPN app. West Virginia beaten tonight 56-49 in Morgantown by Texas. A Baylor win. They're alone in first atop the standings. K-State lost 2 heartbreakers to start conference play. Lost a double overtime game to West Virginia at home, then lost by 3 at Texas. Their lone win came over Texas Tech on January 12th at Bramlage Coliseum. They're trying to hang on here, up by 1.
This shouldn't surprise anybody. Coming into tonight's Big 12 games, over 75% of the conference schedule has been decided by 11 points or less. so much.
11 to go.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. As I said, there's just so much balance in the league. You know, why is it the best league in the country? Obviously, at the top, it's excellent. But really, what separates it from others, it's in the depth of the conference.
Medford lob put in by Motley. Baylor by 1 a minute to go.
What a great pass from Medford. The only guy in the gym that was going to be able to get to that pass was Motley, who used his tremendous length. And a great job of going up with both hands to secure it.
Timeout, K-State. 41 seconds left. They're down 1.
Here's the rub from Gathers, and we talked about how they're running more and more Medford ball screens. And then right there, Motley using his length and athleticism really just to go over the top of Wade.
Yeah, Motley has the longest wingspan on the team, 7'3.5", highest vertical jump as well on the team, for a team that, as you mentioned earlier on the telecast, Brendan, is one that really has been based on their length for a lot of years.
And in this second half, defensively, they have been at their best when they've had Motley on that back end of the defense. And then you have a Prince and a Maston before he'd gotten into foul trouble out on those wings.
Double-double tonight for Torian Prince at 18 points, 10 boards.
Yeah, one of the toughest matchups in the Big 12 Conference. There's not a lot of guys in this league that, quite frankly, can match up with him. He can hurt you in so many different ways. He's a 3-4 type, active on the glass, runs in transition, and it is a terrific spot-up three-point shooter. And here's a little face-up, too, for you. Scores in multiple ways, and it's really, when he raised his intensity level, started imposing his will. And it did get chippy at times, but that's when it changed the complexion of the game for his team, because K-State had the lead and the game being played at the pace and tempo that they wanted until Prince turned it up a notch.
Shot clock at 7. A one-do blocked by Gathers. Has to put it up. Just fires it off the rim. Tip. K-State keeps possession. Shot clock is off. They have a timeout. Stokes is going to run it. Wade from 15. Rebound, Prince, fouled by Johnson with 6 seconds left.
And that was really, Mark, very good offense from K-State. They get the offensive rebound. Plenty of time. Bruce Weber slows him down. You see DJ Johnson slide down, nothing there, and then right behind him pops in Dean Wade. Wide open face up. Pretty good look right there. Just doesn't quite get it to go down.
The spot on the floor that Wade hit a couple of shots early in the game.
Yeah, that was, K-State showed poise. Bruce Weber directing traffic over there. That's other than underneath the basket, Mark, that's about as good a look as you can get right there.
K-State has a timeout, as does Baylor. A miss. Johnson, timeout, K-State. 5.4 seconds to go. Cats burn their last timeout.
And a big miss because it remains a 2-point game. Bruce Weber can set something up. Now, plenty of time to drive it. But the challenge there is also Baylor in the zone. It's much more difficult to get to the rim when a team is predominantly a zone basketball team.
Official's going to take a look to see if there's any time that needs to be put back onto the clock. Kansas State tonight has 21 assists on their 22 made field goals.
check this time right here. What the officials are looking at.
Now you saw 3 K-State players asking for timeout. Of course, the new rules this year, the coach can't call it. The head coach can't call it in that situation. So they're going to put another 0.4 of a second on, and it'll be 5.8 seconds remaining. John Higgins and his crew take a look at that. And K-State will inbounds with 5.8 to go, down 2. A Baylor win. They're in first place by themselves in the Big 12 at 5-1. A K-State rally. It would be their second conference win in this very difficult Big 12.
And Baylor extending their defense to chew time. Scott Drew will call timeout as he looks at K-State's alignment. But they're gonna pick up. Baylor is to chew time. And the idea is just to keep in front. Not let those K-State players slip behind you.
So Baylor uses their final timeout. Neither team has a timeout remaining. West Virginia beat tonight by Texas 56-49 in Morgantown. Of course, Oklahoma lost the other night to Iowa State. Kansas lost last night in Stillwater to Oklahoma State. That's given Baylor a chance with a win here tonight to go to 5-1 in conference, and would be their 5th straight win since losing to Kansas in the conference opener.
And the other significance of that, I mean, a long way to go, obviously. We're only a third of the way through, Mark. But with Baylor's win at Iowa State, when you look at Iowa State and Kansas, the 2 toughest places to play in this league, that is a huge step up.
And a foul on Medford is going to put K-State at the line to shoot 2. K-State in the double bonus. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, not what you want.
You put Stokes at the line, who's a 73% foul shooter. He's at the line for the first time tonight. The freshman. Hits the first. Here's the foul on the inbounds attempt.
Yeah, if you're Medford, and again, you want to keep those guys in front. You just slide through that screen just like you would in the half court. And really smart heads-up play by Stokes.
The freshman hits both, and we are tied at 59. Big free throws for Cam Stokes.
He's been terrific all night. Ice water in the veins right there. Now, no timeouts for Baylor here.
Into Medford. Medford, a chance to win it. Trying to get history to repeat itself. He won it on Saturday in Lubbock over Texas Tech and was trying to pull that trick again. We're headed to overtime, though. Wow.
Well, Medford got a good look.
Just like he did on Saturday.
Absolutely. I think when he went up, he was surprised at how wide open he was. He almost had a little hesitation or hitch in the jumper.
Take another look at Medford, who had a chance to win it in regulation.
Well, intelligent enough to know he had plenty of time. He doesn't panic, can't go right, comes back left. Now Johnson backs off, and I think as he rose to shoot the jumper, he was anticipating DJ Johnson to contest. And here's Saturday. Baylor gets the switch, and Aaron Ross, who would have trouble keeping Medford in front, elects to protect the drive. Medford again rises over the top. That's the second game winner of the year. He'd hit one earlier in this building against Vanderbilt. And a near third opportunity mark for a third game winner.
First time Baylor has been in overtime this year. K-State, their only previous overtime game was the double OT loss to West Virginia in the conference opener on January 2nd. The first double overtime game in Bramlage Coliseum history, and that's an arena that's been open since 1988. Overtime in Waco. Wade and gathers, and the tip is controlled. I was going to say K-State, but it's taken away. And Baylor's Al Freeman opens the extra stanza with a bucket.
Yeah, that's a big play. And that's a momentum boost, not to be taken lightly. And Freeman, a great job of hanging with the play and making something out of it.
Wade, a 17-footer, short. That's going to be on Gathers, who fouled Owundu. Two shots coming for Wes Owundu. Second foul on Gathers.
I tell you what, regardless of what the end result is, this K-State team has really impressed me. Baylor had turned around the momentum midway through the second half. And Bruce Weber, this is a young basketball team. 3 freshmen playing significant minutes. Baylor trying to change the momentum, and K-State just hung tough.
Owundu now 3 of 5 from the line tonight. Glad you could join us. Along with former Oklahoma State guard Brendan Manzer, I'm Mark Neely. Baylor and K-State in overtime in Waco. 1-2 for Owundu. The lead is 1 for Baylor.
I would watch a couple things this overtime, Mark. Ball screens for Medford.
Underneath, Gathers. Owundu feeds Stokes. K-State leads.
So K-State has done a great job of protecting the rim. And they don't have any of those weak side shot blockers or quote-unquote rim protectors. But they are on point on weak side help and understanding of how to protect the basket.
Freeman opened up the OT with a bucket, gives to Prince as the shot clock was expiring, and that's last touch by Stokes. It's Baylor ball.
Well, I didn't finish my thought earlier. I said a couple of things from Baylor. You'll see Lester Medford being ball screen 4, allowing him to go make plays. But also watch Torian Prince. I'm interested to see if he goes back to demanding the ball a little bit more and forcing his will. He's been terrific so far here tonight with 19 points, 11 rebounds. And you want to lean on a guy of that caliber, but he's also a senior.
Here's Prince in the lane, fade away from 12, short, may have been partially blocked.
Now, I like the drive from Prince, but again, notice the weak side rotation and the players for K-State being in help position. They have nowhere to go.
Owundu in a crowd, blocked, taken away by Motley. Freeman, his second bucket of the overtime, and his only points of the game.
Nice job of Freeman. He kept his dribble alive. K-State just did not communicate and get the ball stopped. Nobody talked. And Freeman just able to continue to flow to the basket.
Our 11th lead change of the night. Wade can't make it 12. Rebounded by Prince. Freeman. kept alive by Motley. Screen set by Baston. Pick and roll. Shoots the 13-footer. High off the glass. Rebound. Loose. Still loose. Save. Three. Missed by Prince. And this time K-State controls.
I'll tell you what, both teams really going after those 50-50 balls, obviously. That's a fortunate opportunity. Prince unsure, I think, for a moment whether to drive it or shoot that three.
A Wondu tried to wrap around pass to Hurt, but it's stolen. Baylor with the ball, a 1-point lead, and 70 seconds left in overtime. Loose. Hurt has it. And the foul committed by Maston. And that is going to be number 5 on TJ Maston, who fouls out of a game for the second time this year.
K-State continuing to not allow Baylor to feel comfortable on the perimeter. And that's Prince just being careless with the basketball. He shows it to Edwards, basically, and Edwards pokes it away with that left hand. Good hands right there.
Relatively quiet game for Maston tonight. Fouls out with the 5 points. He had really been a spark off the bench in recent games for Scott Drew's Bears.
And obviously, you want Rico Gathers in the game. You're fine with Rico Gathers being in the game. But I think when Baylor has had Motley, Maston, and Prince at the 3, 4, and 5 defensively, the length on the wing and the length on the back end, that has given K-State the most problems. When Gathers has been on the back end, and when he's a physical player, but he doesn't have the elevation and length to some of those other guys. We'll see over the next 56-plus seconds if K-State's able to work it towards the baseline a little easier on their offensive possessions.
Hurt knocks both free throws down. Wildcats by 1. Hurt takes a seat. He has 4 fouls. Budke also has 4, as does DJ Johnson for K-State. K-State led by as many as 10 in the first half. Baylor led by 5 about 9 minutes into the second half. That was their largest lead. Here's a 3. Freeman. What an overtime period for Al Freeman. All 7 of his points tonight have come in the extra stanza. Talking about saving your best for last. That's Al Freeman tonight.
Well, what Scott Drew did right there is he gets Medford off the ball, runs him through this weak side, gets it back in his hands on the wing, and that allows him an opportunity with a little shift in the defense to drive it. And that's your classic penetrate and pitch right there, drive and kick. And it was a way to get Medford off the ball, but the ball returns back in his hands where he can go make a play.
Freeman has scored all the points in overtime for Baylor. This game was knotted up at 59 after regulation. Freeman 7 points here in OT.
And that's Baylor right there for you, Mark. I mean, they've got so much balance. Obviously a Prince can hurt you, Medford. And when you forget about him, Freeman, who can stretch your defenses out because of his ability to shoot the threes. Baylor's best three-point shooter at 42%. And he has stepped up big here in overtime.
About a 7-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. K-State down 2. Almost stolen by Prince.
Again, plenty of time if you're K-State to execute your stuff.
That was kicked.
Shot clock will reset to 15 on the kick right there.
We have a timeout called by K-State. Don't go anywhere. .17 seconds left in overtime. K-State uses their final timeout. The one given to them for the extra overtime, but they are down 2 with the kick by Prince. The ball will be inbounded in the near corner on the baseline. Something that Scott Drew and his staff want to know, where's that ball going to come in from.
So what Bruce Weber will do in this timeout is most likely he's going to set up 2 things. He's going to set up something on the underneath out of bounds play. See if they get something quick. But if not, plenty of time to get the ball out and execute with 15 seconds on the shot clock. So what he'll go over is those 2 things. And he'll also talk about, if we get something quick, here's what we want to do defensively. I'll also go through and talk about if we don't get anything at all, here's how we want to proceed.
DJ Johnson early, and then a technical foul on Prince. Johnson again down low. DJ Johnson with 11 points tonight. And then Medford with the foul near the end of regulation. The freshman Stokes hit both free throws to send this game to OT, though Medford did have a chance in regulation to win it for the 2nd straight game for Baylor. But in the overtime, it's been all Al Freeman for Baylor. He has scored all 7 of their points. Comes into Hurt. Stokes, a floater. Offensive rebound. A one-do. We're tied again. 8 seconds left. Baylor has a timeout, but can't hesitate. Freeman's been the answer in OT. And we're headed to a 2nd overtime.
Well, I mentioned earlier about Awandu. Any big win they had last year, remember they won it at Oklahoma. He was instrumental. That's a huge offensive rebound and a putback. Here's the play. Stokes, really a nice job to drive it. It's usually not the first one, it's the 2nd opportunity that'll get you. Awandu right there, the weak side. Athleticism, versatility, goes right over the top of Wainwright. And I love, no hesitation, straight to the rim.
Then a chance for Freeman here at the end of the 1st overtime. You almost thought, as hot as he had been in this OT, that he was going to be the guy to finish it tonight.
Well, similarly to the end of regulation on Medford, I think both those guys somewhat surprised there was that kind of space on a last-second shot.
Well, Kansas State is familiar with double overtime. They opened up conference play with a 2 OT game against West Virginia, which they lost 87-83. Baylor trying to win to become the lone team atop the standings in the Big 12. If they win, they'd be 5-1. They would extend their home court winning streak and tie a school record with their 15th straight here at the Farrell Center. K-State going for conference win number 2. Wade gathers. Almost had deja vu all over again to start the OT if Freeman had stolen that and scored.
Yes, sir, Yogi.
Foul trouble, though, for the Cats. You got to be worried of DJ Johnson, Budke, and Stephen Hurt, all with 4. Lob went off the backboard.
Yeah, that worked throughout a lot of the game. Gathers right there, good job of reading it. And then the distance of the pass also was longer than when they had success executing it earlier.
See if Freeman picks up in the second overtime. He scored all 7 of their points in the first. Grab on Stokes. It's his third.
Scott Drew in the first overtime in this one right here, doing a couple different things with Medford and Freeman. You know, they'll run the traditional ball screens with Medford right out top and let him try to go make a play. They'll do a little screen and rescreen. And then again right there, that's the same play that they ran earlier when Freeman hit the big tray. You run Medford through on the opposite wing, get it back to his hands and let him drive it. This time gets himself to the foul line.
His first trip to the line tonight, he hits both. Baylor by 2. Quick pass, Hurt, baseline jumper is short. A Prince rebound, his 13th to go along with his 19 points.
And that's what Baylor needs to continue to do if they can. I mean, that's a great look. Get the ball the interior with the pass. And then Hurt, good look in the short corner.
Freeman. Prince with the push, but he helps Stokes up. That's going to put Stokes at the line. But Baylor's opened up a 4-point lead here in the second overtime.
Boy, Freeman is a 3-point shooter, so you got to hedge, but does a terrific job splitting that right there, showing the ability to put it on the deck. But Mark, immediately after Torian Prince fouls, and Scott Drew, win or lose tonight, we'll talk to this basketball team about those silly fouls. He had the foul towards the end of regulation when Medford fouled Stokes, and they had less than 6 seconds to try to tie it up. And then right there, I mean, you're up 4. There's no reason for Prince to gamble, because you're really 2-3 stops away from closing it out.
Well, Stokes hit 2 big free throws near the end of regulation to send us to overtime. He hits on 1 and 2 there. Baylor up 3 with the ball. Just over 3.5 minutes left in the second overtime. Medford driving, gathers, and 1.
It's a good offensive set right here. The ball moves, bodies move, and if you can draw help of any kind, and you have Rico Gathers on your team, 4.5 boards, or excuse me, offensive boards per game. And that's pretty good offense right there in itself.
6-point lead for the Bears. Crucial possession for K-State.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. Plenty of time, but a possession where K-State's really got to execute.
Tried the lob, and it wound up with Wade. He's going to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Here's the lob. Gathers contesting. Done a good job here recently, but when he goes to contest, that frees up Wade. And the young freshman, a good job of when he went up, he went with strength, and he's got a chance for a conventional 3-point play.
And he converts. The lead is 3.
Well, K-State has shown great toughness tonight, time after time.
Medford finds Motley, driving, reverses, and scores.
And that's a tough play for DJ Johnson to cover, because when Motley catches, Johnson, not great mobility to come out and basically close out on Motley.
Edwards missed the three. Johnson had it for a moment, but it's taken away by Lester Medford.
Heads up play, Medford, good hands right there. And Scott Drew slowing Baylor down right here on this possession with a 5-point lead.
2 minutes to go in the second overtime. Drive underneath, he feeds Prince. Shot clock did not expire. Obviously the ball hit the rim on the Prince shot. Baylor keeping possession, eating more time.
And who keeps your possession alive? It's Rico Gathers once again. It's smart. Just kick it out. No need to be too quick.
Medford behind the back. Prince again. Got his own rebound. Threw it underneath, but scooped up by Brown. K-State needs a bucket from Brown, and they get it.
Now this team in Kansas State will not go away, and it's amazing how in that process a guy like Brown, Stokes, and Wade, three freshmen playing significant minutes, have stepped up and made plays, and that's Brown right there.
7 points for the freshman Barry Brown.
Brown, a guy that can flat out score. He's led this team and scored 4 of the last 7 games off the bench. And you really see him beginning to come into his own, growing up fast with all the minutes he's having to log for Bruce Weber as a freshman.
Well, the reason Baylor has a chance to win this in the second overtime is that Al Freeman helped carry them through the first OT, scoring all 7 of their points.
This is the beauty of this Baylor basketball team. Just when you think certain guys aren't going to hurt you on the night, they step up, and that's been Al Freeman. You know, the bread and butter is his ability to knock down that three, but he's done a terrific job of mixing that in with putting it on the deck. And again, Baylor, a complete basketball team. They're balanced. And offensively, not just with Lester Medford at the point guard position, offensively, all these players that Scott Drew puts on the floor, they make correct choices. When to drive it, when to take the shot, when to take risks, when not to.
7 points in the first OT for Freeman. He has 2 here in the second. Game that was tied at 59 at the end of regulation, tied at 66 at the end of the first overtime. And Baylor using the timeout here. They have 1 left. You get an additional timeout for each overtime period, so they didn't use their timeout from the first OT, as K-State did. Just under a minute to play here in the second overtime. Again, a Baylor win would be their 5th consecutive victory in conference play and put them at 5-1 to lead the Big 12. Oklahoma, Kansas, West Virginia, all beaten in their last games, including West Virginia tonight at home by Texas.
Yeah, it's interesting to see number 1, number 3, and number 6, all with 2 conference losses just 6 games into.
It is a there's no gimmies in this conference. Medford backs it up with 7 to shoot. Spins. What a play by Medford.
And what intelligence. They got the switch with Wade on Medford, and they were going to run something else, but they called it off because they recognized the mismatch opportunity.
Wade picks up the loose ball. Possession arrow is going to give it to Baylor with 28 seconds left.
So here's what happens. They get the switch, and then they see Medford calls it off. Everybody goes flat. That's 1-4 flat. And that's a tough matchup for Wade, particularly this early in his Big 12 career, to, at 6'10", keep Lester Medford in front. And that's just smart basketball, and then just guts to go make the play.
13 assists tonight for Medford. K-State's going to have to foul, and they do so. We'll put Freeman at the line with 26 seconds to go.
Very Crown with foul, his second. Now Freeman at the line with 2.
Now the 13 assists for Medford has tied a career high for him. Now the Baylor lineup has stayed the same. Had K-State until tonight when they started Irvin instead of Stokes, and it's not so much what Irvin did as the starter, it's what Stokes did off the bench tonight for K-State. That's been the story for them.
Yeah, in terms of Baylor, you know, one of the many reasons that Scott Drew has had success is his teams have veteran guys, 3- and 4-year guys that are mixed in with young talent. And he just kind of continues to replace them year in and year out.
A 2-possession game. Stokes a long 3. Rebounded by Motley. And a foul stops it with 14 seconds left. And the Baylor fans breathing a little easier now. And first place in the Big 12 within reach for this Bears team now.
Well, if they're able to hang on. No wins are ever easy, particularly in the Big 12 Conference. And so, to nitpick Baylor tonight, but you have to give K-State tons of credit. How this young team executed offensively, particularly in the first half, and toughness they've shown defensively.
That last free throw makes it a 3-possession game. K-State in danger of falling in double overtime for the second time this year in conference play. Contact there with Gathers, but they're going to let it go, and Baylor's going to win it. Their 15th straight home win, which ties a school record, and they are alone atop the standings of the Big 12 now at 5-1 with their 5th straight conference win.
A huge, hard-earned win for Baylor tonight against a K-State team at 1-5, where they continue to get better. Bruce Weber's challenge is just to keep those young guys going, but it's Baylor atop the Big 12 standings, surviving a scare here tonight.
Well, Coach and Kevin Connors coming up next. Jonathan Coachman, Kevin Connors, Sports Center coming your way next after this double overtime game in Waco, won by the Baylor Bears 79-72. 15 straight home wins for the Bears, and they're alone in first place in the Big 12 now at 5-1. For Brendan Manzer and our entire crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this one with us. Good night as Baylor wins it 79-72 in double overtime.